decades of violence, nearly 4,000 deaths. Thousands more left injured and scarred in body and mind.
Oh God! Just stop it, will you? Just stop it!
Today, at the launch of the report into how to deal with the past, the rawness of that legacy was on display.
It is surely time to grasp the opportunities that are there before us. It's time to take the final step out of our conflict.
Tonight we'll hear from authors of the report, bereaved relatives, and from a new generation for whom the Troubles are a faint memory.
For me as a person, yeah, definitely things have moved on, and I think they have to continue to move on.
This is BBC Newsline with Noel Thompson and Donna Traynor. Tonight's other main headline.
Game over. The final whistle goes on plans for a stadium at the Maze.
It was never going to be easy, but the authors of the report on dealing with the past must have been taken aback at the anger they encountered at the launch this morning.
The public had had several days to absorb the most controversial proposal, a recognition payment of £12,000 for every family bereaved in the Troubles. But feelings ran so high that the launch was disrupted by protesters. Our Home Affairs correspondent Vincent Kearney was there. His report contains flash photography.
There were early signs that things weren't going to go according to plan.
Why are these people allowed in this room? Remove them now. We are the victims. Everybody's a victim.
Emotions were running very high.
You think you're telling me what? Oh God! Just stop it, will you? Just stop it!
More than one point of view. And that's the problem with Northern Ireland. You all got to be heard. I'm sorry.
Rows, heckling and confrontation at the launch of a report aimed at healing divisions.
I'm here for a reason. Right? I'm not.
The focus of the protest was the recommendation to give £12,000 to the families of all those who died as a result of the Troubles. When the event got underway, Lord Eames defended that proposal while acknowledging that the timing may have been a mistake.
Maybe this gesture, for those outside of our group, is too sudden. Maybe we did make a mistake in our timing. Maybe we forgot that we had been at this for 18 months, and if so, we apologise. It is not that we wouldn't stand by the recommendation, we would and we do. But maybe we forgot that we have been at this for 18 months, and during that time we had the opportunity to reach that conclusion.
The report's about much more than money. The group's key proposal is a 5-year legacy commission to deal with all aspects of the past. It would include a reconciliation forum to deal with issues like sectarianism, a unit to investigate unsolved murders, and a process to help victims' families find out more about what happened to their loved ones.
We have heard your pleas. We have heard the raw scream, and we have said you're right. And we have proposed the best way that we can construct to deliver justice and the truth so that you too can move on.
The protesters were a minority, but made their voices heard.
The thing that has united the people in this province, Catholic and Protestant, Unionist and Nationalist, has been their abhorrence of violence.
Mr. Wilson, we have heard your voice.
Sorry, you've been out.
And we have a right to let others hear our voice.
No, let's keep doing it.
The Sinn Féin leader was there and attracted attention from some of the demonstrators.
In terms of the opinions that were expressed here this morning, people are entitled to those opinions. All of that needs to be dealt with.
The Alliance leader was also there and criticised others who weren't.
I think it's most unfortunate the reaction of unionists. We made it clear that we had concerns about the financial package, but we wanted to hear the rest of the report. I think it's extremely dangerous if unionist politicians are saying, because of one aspect of the report, they're not even prepared to look at the other aspects, which so seriously need to be addressed.
After the words from the platform about healing and learning from the past, The exchanges continued.
Where did he get that from? Where did he get that from? Where did he get that from?
It's not the kind of dialogue Lord Eames and Dennis Bradley hoped the report would encourage, but if they wanted to generate debate, there's no doubt it's done exactly that. Vincent Kearney, BBC Newsline.
Well, as you saw, there are dozens of people who lost relatives in the Troubles or suffered injuries themselves were at the launch of the report. Many had been part of the consultative group's discussions.
And as you'll hear, there are as many different responses as there are victims.
All this does is acknowledge the loss of those that are left behind. As a society, we need to acknowledge that we have all suffered that loss.
I have a lot of hope. I hope that this process is set up today. It'll be there for us if we need it, and we will have that for the next 5 years, which will help us.
I have been sickened to the stomach. I feel physically ill, physically sick, and I know I'm coming or going. That's all I can think about. I can't grieve for my mother and father, not just because of this, but the way we've been treated over the last 20 or 30 years.
I came up here today and I was pretty angry because I felt that there was going to speak on the counter. But after listening to Lord Eames and Dennis Bradley, I discovered that, you know, that they were going in the right position, you mean? And I agreed with them now, 100%.
He talked about justice, he talked about different things up there. There's no justice in this report, or no hope of any type of justice in this report.
There is no moral equivalence being made between the death of a police officer and that of a terrorist who has perpetrated crimes against police officers and civilians in Northern Ireland. That's extremely important to us and the greater police family.
They have brought much more pain to innocent victims by this monstrous suggestion that the perpetrator of murder should be treated exactly the same as the victim of murder.
Everybody is born, everyone has a choice. You can either choose the route of myself or my colleagues standing around me here who put on a uniform, joined the RUC to fight terrorism, or you can go down the road of putting on a balaclava and go out and murder and maim people.
Well, let's hear some more voices now. Dennis.